Alright guys, welcome back. Okay, so what you should have done already is you should have measured all your angles with a protractor. You should have seen something what I'm going to show you now. So as you can see, we have some blue and some orange right here, exploring lines and angles. Well, what you should have noticed, okay, and your measuring might have been a little bit off because maybe your lines weren't straight, but it should be relatively the same. So here what I'm going to show you is that these blue angles right here are actually going to be congruent. When I say congruent, you're going to hear that word a lot. That actually means equal. They're the same. So if the blue one, let's say the blue one is 30 degrees, okay, well then this other blue angle is going to be 30 degrees, okay? And one thing that you also have to note is, well, these two angles make a straight line, and we all know that straight lines add up to 180 degrees. So to find that other angle, well, we just take 180 degrees, we minus 30 degrees, and we get a whopping 150 degrees. So this orange angle right here, I'm going to say is 150, which means the other orange angle is also 150. We're going to go over what those names of those angles actually are in just a moment. But it's important for you to notice, why is that little thing going crazy right there? I don't know. Okay, so something that you're going to notice is that this blue, I don't know what I'm doing. We're going to go with this together. This orange, I'm going to do orange now. This orange angle is actually the same as the other angle. So you should have noticed that these angles are going to be congruent, or they're going to be the same. Same thing with the other angles that are missing. This is actually going to be filled in with a blue angle and a blue angle, which means that this angle is also 30 degrees. This is 150. This is 30, and this is also 150. So all the blue angles that you see are congruent. All the orange angles you see are congruent. And that's kind of what happens when you have two parallel lines cut by a transversal. So what are those names? Well, we're going to go through them. So on the next page, let's go ahead and flip that page over. You should have a slide that says angle relationships. It looks like this right here. Okay. We're going to fill this in as it goes on. So as this video continues on, I tell you the angle names, you're going to tell me if they're congruent. A simple yes or no is going to do. Then I want you to go ahead and draw a picture of what it looks like, okay? So hopefully on our quiz or test, we're going to be able to use this or no card, but making sure that we understand what it is. So before I go ahead and do that, we're going to do this together as a class. I'm going to ask for some volunteers. Just kidding. So we're going to identify angle measure. This is what I just talked to you about. So go ahead and look back at this slide. We know that all the blue angles are the same, all the orange angles are the same, okay? And you can kind of just look at it and determine, well, they look kind of the same. They really do. We know that this 30-degree angle looks nothing like 150 because we know it's an acute angle, and that comes back from last week's lesson. So looking at the slide when we are identifying angle measures, well, angle 2 right here. Okay, this angle in the red does not look 120 degrees, but it does make a straight line with 120, so we can take 180 minus 120, which is, I'm waiting for somebody to respond. Thank you. 60 degrees. All right, looking at angles 3 and 4 now. All right, well, out of the 3 and the 4, which one looks more like it's 60 degrees? Yes, you in the back, you are correct. That is also 60 degrees. Okay, so these two angles across from each other are actually congruent. Okay, 120 and angle 4, they're opposite from each other. That's also going to be 120 degrees. They're also congruent. Moving on to 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we also know there's going to be 120 and a 60 somewhere. Now, which one looks 120? Which one looks 60? I'm going to let you guys use your common sense, okay? Angle 5, this angle in the black, okay, is that going to be 60 or 120? Well, if we look at it, it looks like an obtuse angle. We know obtuse angles are more than 90, but less than 180. So I'm going to go right ahead and say that's probably going to be 120 degrees. We know the opposite sides are congruent, opposite angle, so angle 8 is also 120 degrees. Okay, angle 6 then is going to be 60, and again we know opposite sides are congruent, so this is also going to be 60 degrees. You guys did phenomenal. Thank you for participating. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and learn about these angle relationships. Ooh, that was on your next page. I didn't even know that. So you should have filled that out under that third page where it says identifying angle measures. That's my bad, so I apologize. Okay, we're going to skip that algebra and angle measures right now real quick because I want you guys to go ahead and fill this chart out. Okay. So now we're going to go ahead and learn about angle relationships. So the nice thing about angle relationships is that they are either congruent or they add up to 180.